welcome back everybody. It's, I don't know why I did that. Just try to start it with something a bit different really. Getting bored of myself if I'm honest. Let's take you away from that sunlight of that window. We're back in here, it's Friday. Looking forward to a weekend, although I'm probably working Sunday. I've got a little bedroom I need to get skimmed out. That's probably going to be a Sunday job, so even tomorrow morning I'm thinking I might go back to that lime job. I don't know if you saw the video earlier in the week where I had a nightmare with that lime backing coat. Well, I've now had the top coat delivered and I might squeeze it into, I don't know. My head's just full of things that I need to squeeze in. Do you ever get like that? It just drives you absolutely nuts and your head's exploding and you just need to get the jobs done and release that pressure from your head. Doesn't do you any good because you're not having no time off, but that's the sort of person I am, I suppose. Bit of an idiot. But anyway, back in here this morning and it all looks dry enough to start painting now. It was always going to be a bit of a longer drying time on them curves because you're putting it on fairly deep there. But I'm going to paint them anyway, they'll just dry in. So I'm going to give it all a sand over first. I've just got my Merca handy kit set up with the what do you call it, the Festool. So I've got a really long hose. If you join them two together, you can buy little adapters on Amazon and things that sort of scale down and they sort of step down in sizes, and you can usually find a way to connect these things up. So I can stand on the scaffold, leave the Festool machine down there, and I can get right up there then. And I just want to give this bit of a sand over this ceiling. Not that it was rough, but I don't know. If I'm going to decorate my own plastering, I always just like to give it a little nib over really, just to make it look as best as possible. So that's what I'm going to do. Kettle's on, which is always a good sign. I've missed my kettle because it's been so hot. You've not really needed to have the kettle out, but it's nothing quite as comforting as being in your little room with all your decorating stuff or your plastering stuff. Kettle on the go. It's nice, isn't it? It's a bit cosy, so it's all good. So I'm going to start off giving this a rub down, and I'm going to water some white paint down, give this all a mist coat. Do love a bit of tea bagging, don't you? Feels good. It's all good really, there's nothing up here. Just for my own peace of mind really. Ceilings have all had two. I will have another one in a minute. And I've got my laser level propped up on that pole just to get these ceiling lines. I've put a little bit of tape along there, along the lines. And then I'll cut in that green in a minute, try and pull a sharp line. No doubt the tape will take all the white paint off again. But we'll see, it's the best we can do. And as for up there, my ceiling line wasn't the best there, so I'm just running a little bit of filler along. I'll put the tape obviously along the laser level line. And I just need to bring a bit of filler down to the top of the tape. It wasn't the best. Sometimes it's really hard to get them lines straight, especially if the old ceiling is a little bit like that. It can look straight with a plaster, and then when you want to come to paint it, it's a bit difficult. So yeah, it's probably my own fault really for not paying enough attention when I was plastering it, but that's my own problem. So obviously, just going along with a bit of tape, and I'm going to fill down to the top of that tape, pull the tape off, let the filler dry, give it a slight rub down, and it should be a nice line then. I think the whole building's a little bit bonky. I mean, if you look at that coving line there, let's try and get you up there. You can see, obviously, the laser level is straight, but this coving line is all over the place. So thinking back, really and truly, what I should have done is that when I skimmed them ceilings, I should have brought the finish down to the wall, maybe 6 to 8 inches, so it blends in. And that way, all you've got to do is do a straight line with your tape and your paint, rather than worry about the plaster ending, because it just would have continued onto the wall. Yeah, I wasn't thinking really. Next time I will. So hopefully that's a better line now. Just put a lot of filler. I used a lot of filler actually. I wish I'd sort of thought about this when I was skimming it, but I was up there and I couldn't really see down there when I was doing it. A bit optimistic with it already, so the filler's on. I'm going to pull this tape off now and then let that filler dry over the weekend, I would imagine. And then a little rub down on Monday morning and I could cut it in then, have a decent line. Sometimes when I was up there looking down, the line looked fairly alright and I did go along it with a level, but after I put a laser on it, it just wasn't right, wasn't good enough. So, let's let that do its thing. That's better, isn't it? That's a better line. This is all had another paint. I did put the tape on there, but of course it's peeled off the white a bit. Done a decent line down there with the tape. Same down that corner, just a little bit of touching in on the cream. So I'm going to start painting all the cream again now. Ceiling's had another one. The curves are taking a bit of time because they're still a little bit damp, but by and large it's getting there now.